Welcome to this week's experiment. This week we're going to be playing around with something called open focus, which has been devised by a guy called Dr. Femhi. Open focus relates to the way in which we pay attention as we go about our daily lives, with the idea that the way that we pay attention actually has a kind of critical role to play in our health and well-being. So Dr. Femhi asserts that most of us spend most of our time in what he calls narrow focused attention. And I think we're probably all pretty familiar with this when I explain it. Narrow focused attention is basically when you put all of your energy and all of your sort of, almost like you cut out your peripheral vision and you zone in on the particular thing you are working on or kind of in the midst of. And you literally ignore everything else around you. So it's almost like you shut down your peripheral vision and you shut down pretty much all of your other senses beyond your vision, so that to get the job in hand done. Now, while obviously this is a really useful attention state to be in when we are trying to get things done, the problem comes when we actually stay or remain in that state most of the time, because what it actually does has a very physical and mental effect on our well-being. It puts us in a chronic stress state. And a lot of science and research has been done by Femhi and his team to prove out that actually narrow focus, if you're in it all of the time, actually kind of can be the root cause of things like anxiety and depression and ADD, and even sort of stress-related illnesses like migraines. So there's a good reason for playing around with the antidote to narrow focus, which is what Femhi calls open focus. So that's what we're going to be playing around with and experimenting with today, just to see what it does. So the experiment involves you sitting down, so wherever you're sat, I want you to take 5 minutes, and that's all. And so wherever you happen to be, it might, sit yourself down in your bedroom or in your living room, or, even if you're on a train, you can do this pretty much anywhere. You can sit on a train and do it. All I want you to do is I want you to spend 30 seconds to a minute focusing on something very specific that you can see. So we're going to put you in narrow focus first. So it might be if you're in a room, it might be that you'll focus on a lamp that you can see, and if you're on a train, you might be staring at the seat right in front of you. But literally just choose one thing to focus your attention on, and just look, without doing anything else, literally just look at it and focus all of your energy on it for 30 odd seconds. When you've finished, then what I want you to do is I want you to expand your vision out, so that take notice of what is surrounding in its entirety the object that you were looking at. So if you were looking at a lamp, for example, in a room, then what I want you to do is focus your energy on everything that you can see outside of and around that lamp, up and down and to left and right. So, taking in the full peripheral vision that you have, so that you're no longer focused on the lamp, you're actually focused on everything but the lamp. Take again 30 seconds to a minute to just notice everything else in the room around you, or on the train around you if that's where you are. And at the same time, draw on your other senses. So notice what you can hear at the same time, if anything. Notice what you can taste, or how you physically feel in your body as you are paying attention to all the things that you can see and hear and taste and feel all around that particular object. So do that for 30 seconds, and then literally go back to the object again. So bring your focus back into narrow focus, and I want you to sort of shrink and burst it a few times. So 30 seconds in each. Narrow focus your attention, then open it up and be aware of everything else. So if you do that 3 or 4 times, the final thing to do is to actually then use your attention to see everything all at once, including the object you were originally staring at and everything around it, so that you're giving equal importance to everything that you can see and hear and feel and touch and so on. And that's it. So literally give equal attention to everything and just notice how that feels, both physically in your body and mentally. Because the whole idea of this very simple basic experiment is to see whether or not it does what it's supposed to do, which is actually put your brain waves into a sort of different state, a more relaxed, more creative state. A lot of science and scientific research has been done around this, so it'll be good to test it out and see if it works for you. So you can do this anywhere, and feel free to do it more than once, practice it a few times, and just notice if it actually helps, what it does, if anything at all. So have some fun, good luck, and I'll be interested to see whether you've noticed any kind of difference or not, or even if you just noticed whether you actually are in a fairly regular state of narrow focus.